Just when we thought Colleen Ballinger was the most hated person on the internet, it looks like her brother has taken over that title. Guys, the Ballinger family is downright the lowest of the low, and the level they go to protect each other is super disgusting. We have a lot to talk about regarding the Ballinger family, so without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, by now we've had enough of family channels and established that family vlogs are just parents exploiting their children. Parents who are so starved for likes, views, and online validation that they have monetized their children's existence, turned them into content, and commercialized their childhood. So while this would have easily been an expose about yet another pair of lazy parents who are so desperate for content that they're willing to do whatever it takes, like putting their kids' faces out there for whoever cares to watch and disregarding their kids' privacy or personal space, as they pretend to be having a perfect life while in real sense they're just using their children to make money, the fact that these people have millions of followers is honestly the most annoying part of family channels. Oh no, I'm losing the plot, guys. Where were we? Oh yeah, the Ballinger family. Well, there's a slight chance that some of you who don't know who these are, so let me catch you up real quick. The Ballinger family is a family-run channel comprising of Colleen Ballinger's brother Christopher Ballinger and his wife Jessica Ballinger. Oh, and their kids. Christopher and Jessica have a whole bunch of kids, like a whole soccer team, plus a bench. Anyways, as you can already guess, their kids are their overall content. I mean, it's a family channel. That's all they do. Ironically enough, the Ballinger family has successfully managed to remain under the radar for years, despite being super dramatic and very controversial. Guys, you need to check out their TikTok account because my goodness, the things people do for money. So one of their many kids, Parker, is literally the center of their TikTok, probably because he's bubblier than the rest, and to be honest, he's such a good dancer. That's not the issue, guys. The thing is, Parker's videos gain millions of views and thousands of comments, but literally 90% of the comments in some of Parker's videos are blatant insults, people calling names, and transphobic folks being super mean to this kid. And yet, Parker's parents still make him create these videos because, well, money is the target, even when a child's mental health is at stake. According to their bio, they're the world's favorite TikTok family, which basically means they're not just parents, but influencers with a full cast. I mean, who needs a sitcom when you can watch their daily chaos for free? Anyways, guys, let me shift your attention to one particular incident that really exposed the Ballingers for who they really are. So, on the 2nd of November, 2023, the Ballinger family uploaded this video, which you would have guessed is like any other basic vlog until Christopher said this.
Today we are going to a very special party for our friend JoJo.
Y'all know that JoJo Siwa was recently receiving backlash and cancellations from every corner of the internet for defending Colleen Ballinger and diluting the experiences of all those minors with the overwhelming evidence presented against Colleen. JoJo Siwa said that people were too quick to run with the lie and ended up ruining Colleen's career. On top of all that, this JoJo-Colleen friendship has never sat well with so many people because Colleen is almost twice JoJo's age, and so they believe Colleen groomed JoJo. Even after JoJo publicly defended Colleen, people still have maintained that she was also Colleen's victim because Colleen befriended her when she was like 11 years old, and that over the years, Colleen managed to convince her that it was okay for them to be super close. Anyways, now that we're at par with the drama, you can see why people were super triggered when Christopher mentioned that they'd be attending JoJo Siwa's event later in the day. When I tell you the comment section was hot, I mean earth-scorching hot, you guys. Yikes. JoJo, hope James isn't there. I am just so disappointed. I have been watching your videos since Parker was little, and I just can't support this behavior of being surrounded by people who are problematic. Makes me sad. Yes, me too. I'm sure a lot of people do. That is what trolling is. Would you let go of a friend because people who have never met her friends, have opinions of her? If I were your friend, I would have hoped that you wouldn't, but I am not, so whatever. Amen. I've been calling it crazy conclusions mob mentality. The Ballinger family later came on with one very long monologue, which we have to divide into several sections and really discuss. It is sad to me how caught up people get in online gossip. JoJo is a lovely person. She has a huge heart, a dedication to bringing joy to others, and an absolute brilliant mind. James wasn't there. I haven't seen him in years, but I wish him well. Okay, wait a minute. Why should anyone wish James Charles well? Come on, even James himself admitted that there were victims, and now we're here treating it like a wound that has healed and the scar disappeared. Anyways, the Ballinger family then said, "We have entered into a new sad era, where it is more profitable to complain about and destroy other humans than to lift them up." While it is true that society is designed in such a way that people will often want to put you down, we all know that that isn't the case when it comes to either James Charles or Colleen Ballinger. So these people are once again shifting the blame, and all this is just screaming victim blaming. Let's keep it rolling, guys. The Ballinger family had a lot to say. The best quote I have had about this experience: "If you have a problem with me, call me. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me." I am sure you guys have heard this line several times, and it just doesn't make sense at all. I mean, celebrities and influencers must now take a stand, because when you put your life out there, people will talk. And remember, they are always known for oversharing personal information, so they really have to make a stand whether they want fans to engage with them or not. Of course, there are limits to it, but there's literally no way you're a celebrity and get offended when you get the attention. Instead of being concerned about all the people supporting JoJo, perhaps consider that they know her on a human level rather than parasocial opinions. If Colleen Ballinger wasn't in parasocial relationships with her underage fans. I do see that you're upset about things you now believe about strangers, so I applaud your decision to unsubscribe. Our intention is to provide a happy space, and if that isn't for you, I'm glad you're aware of that and have made that boundary for yourself. Oh, please, shut up! Not a single part of this blurb has addressed any of the points that the fans raised. Also, loves, isn't it funny that the Ballingers also know what boundaries are? I do really encourage you to look at your engagement with gossip culture with the same scrutiny, though. It's likely having a more negative impact on you than you seem to realize. Gossip, you say? These are actual kids that Colleen manipulated, and they still insist these are just gossip? I didn't think I'd live long enough to find a family where everyone is delusional. Okay, guys, moving on. The fan wasn't done with the Ballingers yet. You're right. I don't know you personally or any of these people, but it's really hard to get past her being friends with James and aloof the things that he admitted to doing in the past. I'm not worried about people supporting JoJo. I'm worried about JoJo supporting the wrong people. This fan still had more airtime up her sleeve, so she added, "It is such a slap in the face to leave this shady comment when I was saying how I felt about being associated with JoJo because of the people she supports and brings her fans to a terrible individual. She's young, I get it, and I don't know any of you guys, but it's very apparent that you couldn't care less about the reasoning behind why your fans are unsubscribing. It's not because I don't enjoy your videos, and that you make a safe and happy space for everyone, and then telling me to leave if that's not what I'm looking for when I've watched your channel for almost a decade, because it was my happy place. And you liking a shady reply in this thread about me having a mob mentality is absolutely crazy, because that is absolutely not the case." The Ballinger family now denied saying any of those things they had said earlier, which is classic of them anyway. I am so confused. I did not tell you to leave, but I will always support anyone's decision to unsubscribe or unplug for a while. If you're happy here, then please stay. If not, please find a space that brings you peace and joy. Do not come here and accuse anyone of being a terrible individual. This is not the place for that. As much as there were so many responses on that thread, like more than 800 comments, one thing is super clear. The Ballinger family are literally cut from the same piece of cloth as Colleen. You see, people still wonder to date why she not only shifted the blame to her victims, but also composed that lame song and accompanied by a ukulele. But guys, if these are her family members, then what do you expect? The messiest part of all these was when the Ballinger family doubted that James Charles scandal, saying that they've never seen any evidence on the matter. Are you kidding me? The fan wrote James Charles' apology video about the things he's done to underage boys, which he speaks about in the video and calls them victims. The Ballinger family once again decided to make a mockery of the entire Colleen situation by liking this comment. Please take care of yourselves and tell Colleen that all of us don't see her as a character. I'm worried about her. Sending all of you lots of love. So here's the thing. It's expected for family to be there for each other, even if the whole world wants to skin you alive. So I completely get why the Ballingers are still vouching for their sister, but guys, let's be honest. Colleen was accused of extremely damaging things and minors were involved. It would have been wise if her family could support her privately, because when they keep rubbing it on our faces like that, then it also means they're mocking the victims, and this is exactly the vibe people got from this thread. The Ballinger family ended this back and forth by annoying even more people. In reference to Colleen's case, they said that anyone with incriminating information should inform the authorities. Like, you can literally smell the sarcasm from miles away. Anyways, loves, what do you think about this whole situation? And do you justify the Ballinger family supporting both Colleen and James Charles publicly? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.